So, hello everyone, and guys, welcome to EduTap, and guys, welcome to your another important success story session where we are interacting with the aspirants, or I can say now the officers who were just an aspirants like you guys, and we are discussing with them that what are the hurdles, what are the challenges they have faced while preparing for the examination. Talking about today's guest, guys, we always say that when we get a job at a very early stage in our life, it's it's a life where we say we are now settled, but sometimes there is something that is stuck in our mind, and we take a decision to let's quit the job and start preparing or start chasing the dream that we have in our mind. The candidate today, which is sitting in front of me, is again a kind of an example of this thing that I've just said with you guys. So today we have all India rank 12 of the recently conducted UPSC EPFO EO AO examination, that is Mr. Sujin. So welcome Sujin to the session.
Hi.
And I am hoping, guys, that many aspirants will be learning many things from him. So, first of all, if I just have a brief introduction about Mr. Sujin. Sujin, can you brief our students about your graduation or your educational background? Because that is very interesting in terms of UPSC when we hear about that.
Actually, my graduation is a unique. I think most of you guys won't be knowing about this graduation degree. Actually, I'm a engineer, graduated in BTech in Naval Architecture and Shipbuilding from Cochin University of Science and Technology. Uh, so later, I was working in abroad, and now currently working in a PSU, Cochin Shipyard Limited.
And now, if I say that, why I'm saying that it is a very interesting thing, because he got placed during his campus placement. So, first of all, I want to know that what when you were getting placed for the campus placement, so were you assured of that thing, okay, that I am sitting and I will definitely get placed? Because this is a very unique degree if I talk about here. And generally, if we are aspiring to become a UPSC aspirant, or if we're targeting UPSC, students generally used to do BA, Bachelor of Arts, or those of MA Economics, or those sort of subjects which generally help them in preparing for the UPSC. So what was your thought when you decided to do this specific course?
So while I was in school, I was good in math. So my initial plan was going for a mathematics degree, BS in mathematics, and continue my preparation for UPSC. But there was a juncture when I was studying in my plus two, 10 plus two. So my father told me that you should not directly go to UPSC like that. You should always. My father is also working in police as an accident sub inspector. So he told me that you should always have some secured education, so that you, even if you cannot, because as we all know, the UPSC exam is being written by 10, almost 10 lakhs people, and only 1,000 is getting selected, which is that recruitment rate is very poor. So always it's not wrong to have a plan B. So that is why I joined for a BTech course, so that the professional course will have always have a edge of being getting placed or getting a job in case I cannot qualify the UPSC exam. So that's why I selected. And also by selecting the courses also, I had many options. Like I got civil engineer, I got the opportunity to get into civil engineering from NIT Calicut also. But I thought this is one of the peculiar courses where we can get good placements even from the college to abroad. So I thought we will have a good financial stability also if I couldn't clear the UPSC. That's what made me land in BTech Naval Architecture.
And now you will hear the most interesting thing, because he's so much inclined to UPSC, and now he got into a placement, and now you when you got placed at such a with such a great package in such a beautiful city of Dubai, because never people are having dream to get a job in Dubai, and you got a job in Dubai. And then what was the decision that you made, that okay, now I will quit a job? So how is this thing came, that okay, first of all, let me get selected, and then I should come back also, because I do not want to do the job.
So while I was in the final years, I was not in a decision to go for job. My plan was to directly go for UPSC. So I didn't study well in my college. My BTech marks are not that much good. Like it is in anyway, it's in distinction, but I couldn't. I, I was opening rank in my university, for the entrance examination. But I didn't perform well in my college BTech graduation because I don't want to be a topper. I just want to be a graduate and go for UPSC. But this thought came when suddenly a placement from UAE came. So I thought, why should I uh, trouble my parents for financing my UPSC study? Because as you know, UPSC coaching, the study materials for this exam courses, everything is very expensive. So I thought, let us work for 2 years. Anyway, I was 22 years old that time. Let's work for 2 years, have some money, come back and study alone. That was my plan. So I have attended only one interview, and I got selected, and I went there. But I didn't stay there for 2 years. I came back in 1.5 years and started my preparation.
And has your friends or your colleagues have they not joked with you that when you were saying that okay, I will be going back from here just in 2 years,
Not
just in
even
two
friends,
years?
not even friends, even my villages, they were really laughing like he's mad. They were telling that he's mad that he left his job. That happened, but I didn't care about others. That because even now they will laugh because till now I haven't achieved my dream because always my dream is to become an IPS officer. Till now I haven't achieved my dream, but I don't care about others laughing. I have tried. I've been trying. I will try again because I have still 4 attempts left. I'll try again. That's it.
And how have now when you have made a decision, so how easy is it was for you or how difficult it was for you to convince now your family because it's your dream. You've gone there, you are now saying that I will be coming back. So how was the how was the family reaction at that point of time?
That's a good question. Actually, when I was also preparing for UPSC, the most difficult question used to come for people for aspirants is that the support from the family. But fortunately, from my family, I got full support. Even when I was working in Dubai, the reason when for I coming back before the time which I was planned, like I was initially planning for 2 years and came back by 1.5 years. So main reason was my father. He was just pushing me, you come back, you study. Why are you wasting your time in Dubai? That much support he gave me. And also, even I exhausted my savings because I was living a good life there and came back, the savings will be easily be set off for the studies and my expenses. And after that, my father really supported me. He given me all the facilities that you study. You don't worry about the job and everything. You just study like that. Then only for the first prelims I got cleared. I cleared the first prelims and written the mains, but I couldn't do well in my first main. Second prelims, I was really prepared, but as everyone know, the new questions type that one pair only, two pair only, this thing. Because I was good in elimination, but I couldn't. UPC completely eliminated me. That I can say. UPC completely eliminated the elimination technique, so I couldn't clear the 2023 prelims. Then I thought of a backup plan B. Till then I was thinking plan A, plan B is for losers. Then I understood that plan B is necessary. But I was not worried actually. I was sure that if I completely stop UPSC preparation, I can go back to Dubai or somewhere else. So that time this EPFO exam, this was also came to apply for that and also apply for the Cochin Shipyard Limited exam. That's a PSU. So I cleared both exam, but the recruitment for, as you know, the recruitment from EO AO examination was little delayed due to the delay in the interview schedule. So in the meantime, it's been more than a year since I joined Cochin Shipyard. Now I am thinking of going to joining EPFO and study further for my dreams.
So, if I talk about here that when you came back, okay, your journey is again a roller coaster at that point of time also. First
Yeah.
time came back, clearing UPSC, given CSC, given prelims, writing the means here. Second year, not able to clear the pre. So I just wanted to ask to you that because when some of us are so much inclined to an examination, we always think about only that specific thing that we want to be that thing. Do you feel somewhere in your preparation you somehow got I would say, overconfident in your preparation? Was there a case in this preparation where you felt somewhere that, okay, I am overconfident because I'm so much into this thing and I am only assuming this is an examination which is just for me. So has that thing happened in your life also?
Obviously, because when I was writing my second prelim, I was really confident and arrogant also because I cleared my first prelims. I used to write all the mock tests. I was studying in Trivandrum, so I used to write in all the mock tests, all the examinations everywhere, and I used to get top 10 ranks and like that for the prelims mock test. Because prelims was my masterpiece because I can do the elimination very well because I know the basics. Basics I was very confident. So I do the elimination techniques and everything, and used to score good marks. This I think that overconfidence really hurt me because I didn't focus more on the current affairs because I was much confident about the GS that I can handle any exam, any prelims. But the nowadays the examination is tending little more towards facts and current affairs, maps. So my overconfidence really impacted me negatively. Then I realized after my second prelim that that was my overconfidence.
I think this is something very interesting, as you all must remember, because see, when we are a UPSC aspirant, or obviously when we have came back and we have made a decision that okay, this is something we are chasing, this is our dream, and when we are so close to our dream in the first attempt. So I think this is a very interesting point that he has shared, that do not be overconfident. If you know also, then also do not be so much overconfident that okay, because it's an examination. And if the D-Day does not go your way, it can really, really be hurtful for that. It can really, really be hurtful for a person. And now when I talk about this journey, because as you were mentioning that you are the one thing again very interesting from if you hear from Sujin is that he is never, never afraid of plan B. Because generally when we always talk to a person, the first and the foremost thing that comes to a mind of a person is what about plan B? And he has so much plan B's in his life that he's so much confident, okay, that I just have to focus only on my plan A. So now, when you started your preparation, obviously, as you were saying that first year you got everything is going your way. Second year, your dream of UPSC civil services, it got shattered completely when your pre was not going good. So I just wanted to know that when you came back, what was your study routine, and when you came to know that that was not your day. So how have you planned then for the EPFO EO examination?
The thing is that I was really, as I said earlier, I was really arrogant about prelims because in my institute also I was always in the first rank, like first or second rank when the EPFO, sorry, this prelims examination mock test is conducted. So I was never worried about prelims. But when the on the day of examination in the evening when I was checking the answer keys, I was really really started that even my friend, all my friends, most of my friends got cleared. I couldn't clear. All these thoughts, all these negative thoughts came to me. Not about a plan B, but like I found myself in a failure situation. I found myself as a loser. But I thought complaining about what happened in the past is not a right way. But it's about the moving forward. Then I thought, what can I do? I cannot write the mains. So I am free for and then an entire year. So I thought, why shouldn't I write another exam? Because anyway, CATF my age was over because I was 26 that time. So I thought, let's write the CPF exam, which was already applied. Because it, I never thought about EPFO examination getting cleared because I applied for this examination when everybody was telling, oh, this is a group exam, group B exam. Every UPSC aspirants are writing this. It's a good plan B for UPSC. You just apply that. Like that, everyone told, all my friends. That's why I applied for this exam. Then for this time, yeah, as you know, the prelims 2023 was on June first week, and the CPFO exam was in July first week. So, in order to get out of the shock of prelims, I took almost 1 week or 1.5 weeks, 2 weeks maximum. Then I thought of let's study for EPFO. Then I planned my studies in a way that I focus fully on this thing. Because most of the people, what they do is that they will just casually write this exam based on their overconfidence about GS. They won't work on this accountancy, computer application. These things are easily scoring. This is not a it's just a piece of cake. Only the accountancy problems will be little difficult for non-commerce background people. बाकी बाकी सब तो मैनेज कर सकता है. So I worked on that, and also the labor laws, everything. I just noted down the important provisions so that if I know the basics, I can eliminate the answers. Because anyway, luckily UPSC didn't implement the pair options in EPFO.
Mhm.
So I could do well in that thing. Um, so that really helped me. I studied almost 3 weeks intensely for this EPFO exam. That made me clear this examination. And meantime, after this writing this examination, just before the interview schedule came, sorry, interview list came, I applied for this Cochin Shipyard examination also, because that was my last chance to get into PSC. Because when you are 27, I'm general category, so when you are 27, you cannot apply for any PSC examination. So that was my last chance. So I just applied that also. And to be honest, I studied only 1 week for this technical examination. I was off the field for 4 years, but luckily I got some reference, some books randomly in the internet, of some US Naval Academy. So I just that was really interesting. Only the entire books which I studied in college was just shortened in some 30, 40 pages. I studied that and written the examination. I got that also. So luckily I have cleared all the interviews till now, which I have attended.
Yeah. I think you will again see, guys, many of you will now again see that's such a roller coaster ride. CSC first year, pre-means. Second year, pre-list not qualified, then again EPFO. Second choice, again you can see it's not a plan which just ends here. Then again he moves towards coaching shipyard limited. Okay, let's just go to my core field. But my next thing is that as you were talking about that, one thing he has really mentioned, but guys, he's such a brilliant person, so that is why he's saying that he has cleared this exam just in a week, just by reading these things in 3 weeks. But I want to say that as you were saying that when your pre was not cleared, the 2023 pre, and it took some time for you to absorb a thing that why I could not clear this examination. But what was the plan you have made cover the topics like accountancy, auditing, industrial relation and labor laws? So were you being very selective in terms of picking this thing, or were you that person who always thought that okay, this is something I know that these are my weak points, but let me just start focusing on all the topics which I have just read in CSC. So what was your
So
strategy at that point of time?
yeah, the strategy was I was really confident about my basics on GS, because for all, I think for all the UPSC aspirants, there will be some like 80 percentage confident about their GS anyway. But what happens is that when they are applying for another examination, they will again continue revising this thing. Once you have revised very well, like if you have attended one or two prelims, you will be thorough in this GS topics, so that if you can see the answers, you can recollect something. But the things which is new, like this accountancy, auditing, computer applications, that you will be completely new this thing. But these are easily scoring things also. Direct questions will be coming, like what is the common ledger? I still now also I forgot everything because I studied only for that time, and about the industrial laws, everything. So I prepared this thing. Like when I referred to the syllabus, I found that this auditing thing is with not good for me, because it was very difficult for me to digest. And this accountancy problems, I thought I will skip it, because there is no use in investing on things that you cannot uh, make it out, work it out. Like what when we are doing CSAT, even if I am an engineer, I am an engineering background, I will skip the permutation and combination question, because there is no fruit coming out of that, because we waste 2 3 minutes in that question, and we get only the same mark which we can get it from a question which is need only 30 minutes, 30 seconds. So it's about prioritization. So I prioritize accountancy, this labor laws, all these things, and I made my notes. Uh, it was only, I can tell it is only half of a 100-page note. Half of a 100-page note I have kept, and I kept revising this thing. That's what I did. And I used to watch more videos regarding this labor laws and all. And sometimes I will get another point from there. I will just note it onto my parent notebook. So this is the strategy which I followed, because we have only limited time, because I had only 3 weeks time. So I prioritized like this. and only study the topics which I can digest. That's what really helped me because I had good scores in the written exam because I think when I checked my answer key, it was around 162 like that. I think the cutoff is around 140. But what is people are discussing? I think my score is around 160 or 165. And to be honest, my interview was horrible because I didn't prepare anything. I was really unprepared, and I interview experience I will tell later onwards.
In terms of the thing that you were mentioning, that you were very selective in that picking up the topics. So were you feel yourself a very lucky person in terms of the questions that have come in the examination? Or because I think you are the only person who is saying that I have handpicked the topics and the questions are there from those topics. Because if you look at this year's examination specifically, we generally say PYQs is a very guiding pillar for the UPSC aspirant. But for EOAO, it was completely not a guiding pillar. It was completely like something else was asked in
Misleading.
the earlier examination and something else is being asked this year,
Hmm.
specifically in EOAO. So, how have you managed? Because as you're saying, I was very selective, even in terms of attempting. Were you very selective in terms of attempting the question also? Or was it just that you were blessed on that day that your CSC does not go well, but on EOAO, you were blessed that, okay, this is the same thing you have read and the questions have come from that topic.
No, there's a small element of luck and our blessing of the day. There's a small element. But what in all exams, what I do is that I will just prioritize the questions because I will spend on the questions where I can manage things. Like I am very confident in history questions and polity. These questions I will easily write in the first reading only. So I will come only like that only. I will go in a first reading, then write around, if there is 100 questions, I will write around 30, 35 and just pick up the 50% answers. Like there are two options which are confusing. Then again in the next round, I will pick another 20 questions, then 15. Like that only I will do. Because what people they generally do is that they will spend on some question which they are also not sure, like some permutation question they will stuck there. And in this EO exam also there are math questions. I did only the math questions which are easy only because we have time limitations that we are always forgetting. And to be honest, I haven't done any PYQ. I just listen to the videos like EduTap has in channel, and some other institute are also putting about the PYQ question patterns. So they are telling that 10 questions from the computer application, 10 questions from accountancy. There we can see the percentage. Like even if we invest more on the history, we will not get that much questions in EPFO. Then why should we invest? We can manage even if we don't study for the specific day. Since we are aspirants, UPSC aspirants, we can manage some 6 out of 10 questions in history. Only the four bouncers. If you go behind that, nothing will happen. So it's more all about analyzing the trends and study according to the priority. That's what I found better for exams with short notice because this exam I had only 3 months. But if you have more time, you can study.
I think that's a very, very smart strategy he has said in a very simple manner to the students, guys, because that's a very interesting point. We always think about that these are the 11 topics and these are 6 topics which I know I should prepare more on that. But I think smartness he has done is that look at the analyze the amount of questions they are getting. If they're just asking 10 questions from history and you think that history is my core topic, you should look at the 10 questions of accountancy also. And that is the smart work he has done in the examination. So that's really, really smart, Sujina. And that is why that we can say that that's how you have scored this rank also. And now let me just move from your examination because the result of this examination was out in a very quick span of time if we compare it from the perspective of UPSC. So when the result got out, so what was your reaction that now we were targeting just you have just started targeting the interview part of this examination, or you were waiting, let me just prepare the another part of examination that you were targeting, the coaching shipyard limited. So what was that initial, I will not say initial, what was your strategy in a long span of this 1.5 year from the result of recruitment test to the interview stage?
So right after I got the EPF, the result of EPFO was written result was published I think on August, and on the same month only my coaching shipyard exam was conducted, and its result came on November, 3 months later. So that time the speculations was that the CPFO interview will be conducted in 3 4 months like that. The speculation was going on. So I was really confused whether to join Cochin Shipyard Limited or to join EPFO. Then it's like the CPFO is a recruitment exam, not an examination of UPSC. So it's not conducted annually. So I also thought that they will not follow a specific timeline for the interview. So I thought better I join Cochin Shipyard Limited, so that I will have little more filling onto my career gap, because already I had a career gap of 2.5 years, 3 years. So let us fill it little bit, so that I will have also a more stable plan B that will enhance my plan B. So I just joined, and my thought was I will continue preparing for UPSC from there. So initially, when I inquired about the job there, job in Cochin Shipyard Limited, it was like, as everyone's perspective is like that, the government jobs and the public sector jobs are very easy going, 9 to 5 job, and weekends off like that only. So similar thought was for me also. But since I was allocated to a strategic post, like I was in charge of docking ships, like getting the ships uh, seated on wooden blocks, like the ships which is in water. I have to make them sit on ground. So that was a riskier job and a very hectic also. And I couldn't study even a single day's newspaper very well in the first 1 year. I have to admit that, because it's not about all time full day job. Like it will be like 8 to 10 hours daily. But it's similar in all PSCs also. But the thing is that you will be exhausted after this work, and will not be able to study. It's a side job. So I couldn't study anything during my first 1 year. So when I got this interview call, to be honest, in between I got married also. That was this roller coaster ride continues like that. So I got married, and more commitments came to me. And on December, when my interview was on December 4th, so it's more like a honeymoon to me than UPSC interview, because I was not prepared. Because I was not getting time to get prepared, and I went there, stayed with my friend. He is in CSF, Assistant Commandant. So I stayed with him, and to be honest, I went to Manali and all. Simply, literally honeymoon also. But the interview, I tried to be myself. I tried to focus myself, because I was not prepared about GS, current affairs, everything. But they asked me general things. I replied honestly, and they asked me why do you want to join EPFO EO. Uh, my answer was honest only. The thing is that from childhood itself, I like the feeling when we help others. I use even the UPSC preparation. I was studying like that. I try to teach others. So every subject, like history was my favorite, I try to teach my friends. So I will be revising this more and more times. So also the thing is that we will get a sense of happiness when we help others. So similar thing in a technical field, I cannot get that. But when I join EPFO, if I join EPFO, I can get that sense of gratitude. So that's what all frame my reply to that interview. And to be honest, the interview board actually asked me what is the uh, headlines of the day. I told them, sir, I didn't read the newspaper today. Then the sir asked, did you read the newspaper yesterday? I said, no, sir. Yes, what was the last day did you read the newspaper? But I don't remember. My work is like that. For the 1 year, I couldn't study anything. And one sir also asked me about the budget 2024, the important features. I said I didn't read the budget 2024. Then he generally asked me about the budget key areas. That I explained nicely based on my previous uh, knowledge, which I gained during my preparation. So all these things I manage, and I try to be honest with them. I think they really like that, because it's not a interview; it's more a personality test. To be honest, that I found it very real. Like that word is correct. It's more like a personality test. So that's why I was really feared that I will be disqualified during the interview, even if I have good scores in the written exam. But somehow, when I see my name in the first list itself, I was really surprised. And on the result day, it was like a double lottery for me because in the morning hours, like this list came on 5 o'clock in the evening. By around 11 o'clock in the morning, I got another job offer from UAE back. It's a huge package also. So I was really confused to go back to there with a huge package. Like to be honest, like 4 or 5 times that what we can earn as an EO. I was really confused, but I take this as an opportunity. Like God has shown me in a way so that I can study more once again for my dream, which is the uniform job IPS. So I thought, let us go for this. Just resign. I resigned here. Already submitted my resignation from Cochin Shipyard, and then join EPFO. Study, try for UPSC. Even if it doesn't work out, I will continue there itself. No problem because there also we get an avenue to serve people. It's more about more avenues. In a civil service, like CSC examination, if we clear, we can get more avenues to serve people. Here, this is limited. Only that's the difference. So I'm not worried about the future. Just going with the flow.
And I think that's why I say roller coaster Sujin is here. So, so now as you were mentioning that you have talked about your interview, but I just wanted to ask you that before going to the final interview, you have given the mocks also. So as you have mentioned that in the final interview, you have really told to the panel that I do not know the current affairs or something of that sort. But in terms of mock interviews, because obviously you were not in touch with the current affairs, you're not in touch with your subjects also in this thing. But when you have approached for the mock interviews, so what are the initial guidelines the mock interviews have given you, which might not have helped you in the final interview or might have helped you? So, if in terms of those students who are so much occupied in their work, how should they approach the mock interviews? And I think you have given the interviews for the EduTap also. So, can you explain that how these interviews have panned you in the examination?
So interview preparation was really the toughest point for me because this is my first UPSC interview and I am not, I don't know what to do when I clear this written examination. So I just through the Telegram channel, I got some link of some groups. They were telling there are interview guidance program by this institute, that institute, like that, like that. So I got an invitation, like a group invitation from EduTap. Then I joined it and enrolled to the interview guidance program. To be honest, that's the only interview mock interview I have attended in all India basis. And obviously, I have attended my mock interview from my mentor. He's Mahesh sir. He is my mentor in my parent institute, Enlight IAS. So both these interviews really helped me. So more about EduTap interview guidance program actually showed me how to behave in an interview, how to dress properly, how to address the question. Because to be honest, I don't have the patience to wait for others to finish the question. I used to start them or the questions before it ends. But all these things get corrected because during my interview, mock interview also they told me just wait for the question to be finished. Kuldisa told me just wait for the question to be finished. All this has really helped me actually, you know. And just for this, right before the interview, I didn't prepare well. Just like I was going there myself. I was showing there myself, my real personality. That's my yeah.
But I think that's again an interesting thing that you have shared that obviously it might not be the same thing that everything when you came across in mock interview might be asked in the examination, but there are some things which
Yeah,
can really help you and that might
sure.
suck at that point of time and you're so conscious that this is something I should
There
not
was
do.
same question asked in mock interview and real interview. That was question about the role of EPFO, that enforcement officer or accounts officer. Because my chairman, my board chairman, she was very curious about the job profile, and she really asked me same question which the panel asked me in a DUTAP interview also. Why are you quitting a job in PSU and joining this EPFO? Because you are a technical guy, why are you joining this thing? That I gave the same answer which I gave in the mock interview also. The thing is that here I have more avenue for technical uh, improvement. Like I can get knowledge, more and more knowledge. I can grow in my career. The other way around, in EPFO, I can get avenue to serve people. I like it really because I like helping others. And the thing is that and my madam, she asked me, uh, if you are like if enforcement officer, there is avenue that you can go directly. And if you are accounts officer, how are you going to help us? How are you going to serve others? She asked me. So at that time, I just recollected one of Kerala's old chief minister. His name is Umanchandi. He was the previous chief minister of Kerala. He used to say one word that each file represent a life. It's right. All the papers, all the files which come to an accounts officer, it's a request of getting money for some getting their claim for their children's marriage or their education purpose or some health related issues. All these are some lives of people that we are dealing with. So I explained the same answer to madam. I think she liked that. They smiled really.
And now when I talk about, I think we have discussed lot about your examination profile, but and I personally feel you're such an inspirational figure for many aspirants because the journey is such a roller coaster journey. But then also, I think somewhere you are inspiring many aspirants that you are going from A to Z, then Z to A, then somehow X came, then somehow Y came. It is all going all around, but still you are so much confident. Okay, that this is something I want to do, and still you have something in your mind that I'm not able to clear what I want to clear, that the bullseye is still there, but everything is going around and around that thing. But I want to ask you that, Sujin, you are an inspiration, but who is the real inspiring person or a personality in your life which whom you inspire a lot, and you always feel that something that I have been inculcating or I have a goal, that goal somehow got inspired from that inspiration because it's still in you. You are still saying about EOO, but still your IPS came in front. So who was the inspiration figure?
Sir, always my father is my inspiration figure. Actually, from my childhood, he induced my this fire about this police because he was in police office. He was in police as a constable. He joined as a constable, and from the right from my schooling, each and every appreciation I got is from the police force because they have this police association and all. He used to carry me with him to every places, all this meetings, everything. And used to introduce me to the higher police officials, even to the IPS officers. And it's like Katya induced some fire on me. All this is that's the force which is holding me back, even if I am getting good offers abroad. I think my father is really inspiration to me. He's the only inspiration to me. Nobody else in the world can be a better inspiration than your father, I think.
And I think he is so much inspired by his father that if I talk about, if I just wanted to ask, I just wanted to want that he should say, if we will hear now his favorite shows, his favorite movie, and then we will again see that, okay, the police officer in him is still not dying. So I want you to just give a brief in the end of this, in the end of this final discussion that we have with you, that what are your favorite serials and what is now your future goal?
Well, I always gets attracted to police movies. Like my all-time favorite movie is a Tamil movie. It's Tani Oruvan. It's about a story of an ego between an IPS officer and a born criminal, or what we can say, it's about organized crime. So it really, I'm getting always motivated by watching these movies. And also about series, I got very much attracted to a series called Baukal. I watch only little Hindi movies and series only, but this of Mohit Raina, I have seen before him as Shiva only. And now I have seen him as a police officer. Right? Actually, it's a real story also. So when I get to know that there are real police officers who are working like this, I get inspired that I can also do something, because most of even my friends who are working as naval architects, they are asking how much will you earn as a IPS officer? Because if I go abroad, I can get 5 times more salary. But it's not about the salary; it's all about the satisfaction you get once you achieve your favorite job. And I know the see, in every job there are work-life issues, like work-life balance issues. To be honest, the most difficult work-life balance will be for IPS officers. But if you like the job, if you enjoy the job, you will not hesitate to join. That's what I think.
I think
And
now
my
we
future
got the
plans is,
answer.
as you ask, I will be joining. Mostly, I have submitted the resignation. I will be continuing studies at least for 2 attempts, 3 attempts more for UPSC from EPFO only. I will try my best to get time to study only. That's why I'm going to switch switch over to EPFO.
So it was really, really nice talking to you, Sujin. And I think now that the IPS sitting in you, I really, really hope that one day you achieve your goal of becoming an IPS officer, because even in this whole journey, that even in the small this talk that I've done with you, and I think many aspirants will again be feeling that the जज्बा of a police officer is always like that, that हम हार नहीं मानेंगे. और वही जज्बा आप में भी देखने को मिला है in the end, that you have gone places apart. Obviously, you have something going around your mind that okay, your plan B was accurate. You're not worried about plan B, because you know that there are ample opportunities in your plan B. Your only focus was on your plan A, but still your plan B becomes your plan A at the time of your selection. But
Mhm.
still, if I say that, any last thing you want to say to the students or to the future aspirants, because there are ample amount of aspirants who are so much inclined to one thing they are focusing on. But sometimes I think the only thing that I really want you to say is, because sometimes they forgot about plan B. Your plan B was so much secured that still, if you are earning something, still you can focus on your plan A. So, what is one thing students must focus on?
So I have two things. One is to the aspirants, future civil service aspirants. One is to the parents. To the aspirants, it is like that. There was a perspective like before, like if you study this BA economics, history, like that political science, like that subjects, you will be having some edge in the UPC preparation. There is nothing like that. It's better to be something have a degree which having mathematics, because as you know the CSAT is becoming tough and tough. Even the IITians are getting failed. So it and the comprehension part with the comprehension you cannot pass the CSAT test. It's very difficult. So it's better. I will suggest. Whenever as a boy or girl comes to me, like they are studying in 10th standard, uh, they want to become this, they have to continue the UPC studies. I tell them, you don't go for you better go for some engineering or some professional degree with the mathematics better, so that you can have, no, you will not have any tension in CSAT. So that's a advice that I will give to people who are wishing to select art subject only because they will get an edge in UPSC because of that. Because see, in my college, when I started preparing for UPSC, my greatest concern was how I will manage economics. Because since I am completely new to this art subject, this economics was a headache for me. When I didn't know about economics. But when I started economics in 2 months, it became my favorite subject, one of my favorite subjects. It's very easy. Like anybody can study this GS subject. But CSAT is becoming a villain now. So that's my advice. Be little vigilant about the mathematics subject, at least till the 10th level. Be strong in that. And for the parents, now there are more and more institutes blooming up around the country. They are just offering coaching, civil service coaching for students for class 8, class 7, class 6, like that. I will obviously like to say don't put pressure on the children. It's better. if they have aptitude, if they have dream, if they have determination, at least 1 year of study, full-fledged study after a graduation will definitely fetch the result. And if during the graduation, if he can just find a way to read at least the newspapers, they can prepare themselves in a way that they can clear in the first attempt itself. Don't pressurize them to go for classes, orientation classes from this small grades. That's my request, humble request to the parents. That's all.
Thanks a lot, Sujin, for sharing such a very beautiful advice to both parents as well as to the aspirants. Anything else or a final concluding line from your end to the aspirants or anybody, anything you want to say?
So I will say, uh, don't be afraid to have a plan B, and don't be afraid of a plan B. That's a single word I want to say. It's life will give you a, see, if you study for UPSC, you will never become a loser. You will definitely get a plan B anyway. So don't be afraid of that. At least if you cannot clear the UPSC, you will get a PCS exam, good grades. Like there is a saying that if you aim for the sky, you will get up to the treetop. That's the thing. If you try for UPSC, you will definitely get success in SSC exam. See, I have studied for UPSC. I now at least I got, not I cannot say like that. Anyway, it's a group biggest gusted post. So you will get a job. Don't worry about that. That's what my suggestion is. That.
So thanks a lot, Sujin. Thanks a lot for sharing your precious time with us. And I wish you all future success in your future also. And I hope that the Chingari of IPS officer will still be in your heart and you will be appearing for this examination for sure. And I hope one day you become an IPS officer and again we will have a call. We will have a discussion that finally the Chingari has now been achieved.
Okay, thank you, and all the best for the future aspirants, future civil service officers. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Okay, so Sujin, I hope you have really enjoyed your success story. Okay,
I was
so
a
I
little
hope you
outspoken. I
you were
think.
very free and everything.
I think
I am assuming that I
I think
have
I was
covered all the
little
parts of the
outspoken.
journey.
I think I was little outspoken. I think.
No issue on that thing. I think that's why I have not breaking the flow also. So I want
Yes,
you
yes.
to explain because this is your journey. I want you to explain. Okay, and I am hoping that I have covered all the aspects that we have discussed.
Yeah. That's really.
Okay.
It's okay, right? The interview is gone well, right?
Yeah, it has gone well.
Yeah.
Do not worry about that. See, the thing is, if you have enjoyed, you are feeling relaxed, this is something I really want to express that should be the best thing. Because as you yourself explained, na, there will be many people who will be judging us, but we are not here to judge anybody. Na. That is that is our sole objective. We want the students to express themselves. I think you expressed yourself in a very better way today.
So this will come on YouTube.
Yeah, this now after that we will be sharing it for the team to edit the video. Okay, it will not be an editing. The only point is because they will be cutting the breaks that
Initial
we
and
have
final.
in
Yeah,
between.
yeah, okay.
Okay, and after that, whenever the final video will be coming on, I think I will say to the team that they will be informing you.
Okay,
About it. Okay,
sure. Thanks.
okay, Sujin, it was really nice talking to you, buddy,
Yeah,
and
thank
thanks
you,
a lot
thank
for
you.
giving me the time at this point of time of the day also.
What? This amount of time? Oh, okay, no problem, no problem. Since I have put the aeroplane mode on, we got good time. And one more thing I want to say to you, not in the interview, that today also I got another offer from Atlantic Shipbuilding.
I think if I say that this is I think now the God is really kind on you. You are getting
Yeah.
such a lot
Seriously
of
good
it,
news.
and I still hope that because I can see that when you are talking also, I can still feel that the IPS inside you is still burning out, and I
Yeah.
hope that,
That's why I not leaving the country now till now.
and I hope that maybe next year, if you do your best and if the God is with you, I think you can be an IPS officer next year also.
Okay. Please tell Kuldeep sir that I also want to talk to him one day.
Definitely. But
Okay.
I have saved your number and I hope whenever you will become an IPS, you will drop a call to me.
Okay, sure.
Okay, Sachin. Okay, buddy. Bye.
Okay. Bye.